Hey guys, welcome back to the ranch. Welcome back to the second part of our two-part video series, I guess you can call it, sponsored by Boost Auto Parts. So in the previous video, linked above, I showed you how to install the Boost Auto cab lights right up there, replacing the factory ones. And today we will be installing the mirror lights. So that will be going from this to this. So stay tuned. So as mentioned in my previous video, this video is sponsored by Boost Auto. They contacted me if I would like to try out their cab lights, and in turn also if I would like to upgrade my mirrors to the matching side marker lights. Which I gladly accepted. As you might know, I already am running Boost Auto Parts mirrors after I damaged my OEM ones, and I had built them back in the day with the OEM typical dotted LEDs, just with the extra bright ones, and they were also turn signals. Now, the reason I went with that, because the cab lights also had the dotted LEDs and I wanted everything to match. Now, since the new cab lights are the strip lights, I went ahead and, thanks to Josh's help over at Boost Auto, got myself the amber version of the same matching signal lights and marker lights for my Boost Auto mirrors. These are the sequential ones, but they are only amber. So you'll see they have the sequential turn signaling effect when the turn signals are activated, but they are not the switchback. Anyway, in this video, we're going to look at how to install these, as it is pretty much plug and play. We're just going to have to remove the mirrors, remove this inner shroud to get to the outer shroud part so we can actually get to the light, unplug the light, pull this light out, put the new light in, remove the two-way module that is currently in here, as that's no longer needed, and cut one wire and just plug the other wire into this and put everything back together again. All right, let's get to it. I'll show you how to get this done. All right, let's get started by pulling out or extending the mirror. I found it that way makes it easier to get the light out, and so that it's easier for you guys to view, I'm going to flip my mirror like this so you guys can see better what I am doing. So first step is we have to remove the mirror glass. Now, to be fully transparent, I did break the upper mirror glass on the driver's side. I already did the driver's side. But good thing is Boost Auto does sell replacement glasses. So I'll link that down in the description below in case you do break one. So we'll start by removing the bottom glass. To do that, you're going to want to push the top glass all the way down. And you're going to want to do the same for the bottom glass. Kind of wiggle it back and forth so that you are able to reach in with both hands. And you're going to have to kind of push your mirror back, the mirror assembly back, not the glass, because it's going to want to move back to place. And then you just want to firmly pull it out toward you from top to bottom like this. And it's going to make a loud snap, but that is normal. Now I have heated lower mirrors. As you can see here are the two cables. So you just have to unplug these. The black cable is going to be closest to the door, while the, in this case, black and red brownish cable is going to be closest to the spotlight. We just want to unplug those like this, and now put this mirror, someplace aside where you're not going to break it. So to get the upper glass, you're going to want to push it all the way up from the down position. And then underneath here, if we look from the bottom up, you'll see this little metal clip there. You want to push that kind of up because that otherwise will kind of hold on. And now comes the fun part. Again, this is a Boost Auto mirror, not an OEM mirror. So Boost Auto says to just kind of hold your two thumbs here and pull it toward you. And I can already see it cracking, so I'm going to keep my eyes closed, got my safety squints on. And you can feel it holds tight. I'm actually going to try it the other way, top to bottom, and it's already cracked. No, it doesn't matter anymore. And there you go. That's how you ruin a perfectly good mirror. But yes, the instructions on Boost Auto say to pry. You do what you do. But frankly, these tabs hold on so well. And this is for your light. For your turn signal light here. You unplug that. And then these are for your heated mirrors here. Again, the colored one is going to be closest to the door. The black one closest to the light. So that is that. I'm going to have to ask Josh to send me new ones. Next step. Now that we got the glass out, you will see there is 1, 2, and then on the bottom here, 3, 4 Phillips head screws that hold on this outer bezel. So get yourself a screwdriver, or in my case, my screw gun here, and just unscrew these here. Actually, aiming for the screw would help. Magnetic tray is your friend. And then gently. Now, if you'll see here, this part, a light here, you can see this tab, it sits under this movable part. So I find it, if you just kind of tilt this movable part all the way over to the left, it makes it easier to pull that out. Now, don't just yank it away, because your spotlight or your cargo light, reverse light here, is still attached. Go ahead and detach it and put this aside, again, where you don't break it. And we are almost there. Now, we got the light on. You can see here, this connector is for the light itself. So we're going to just disconnect this light, this plug here, pull it out, as we don't need it anymore. And then there are again 2 screws. There is this screw up here and this screw down here, both Phillips, that you need to remove, which then allow the rear bezel to open up and allows you to remove the light itself. So we'll go ahead and remove these screws. Gently remove them. And be mindful, sometimes the bottom part here falls off. That's just clipped there. Now you should be able to just kind of open up the back here and then gently wiggle out your light. There we go. And out comes your light. And now we're gonna go grab the new light. So here is your new Boost Auto light. Zoom out a bit. And again, like with all Boost Auto products, it's a phenomenal quality. I mean, it is on par, or even better, as I always say, than the OEM stuff. They are labeled for left and right use, so be sure to grab the correct one. Take off. This is a plastic. Otherwise, you might not get it off anymore when you put it in. But it is beautiful. Be mindful of this little membrane thing, I think it's called. We don't want to break that. And now to install is basically just a reverse thing. Just kind of navigate and slide it in back here. And it'll sit like that. And then you want to bring the back pieces back forward again. So that they all kind of connect together again. And then we reinsert the screws, which of course are at the other side of the room. So bear with me while I go grab the screws. So with your screws in hand, you want to push it together and slowly screw it in. Don't go all jackhammering on it, and make sure that the plastic is really pushed together. You don't want to draw it in by screwing. And that is already that. This guy here has fallen off. We gotta put back on. Let's see. There we go. Okay, now comes the fun part. We have to pull out on all these wires here, because in here, tucked away in this little crease, is that two-way module that these lights used to use. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to cut this module out. We are going to disconnect the part that we don't need, and that would be this part right here. So from this end, you disconnect, and this part here, let's see if we can unthread this nicely. This part here now goes into your new light socket back here. You just plug that in till you hear the click. And now this part here, which you basically do not need anymore. So we're going to cut this part off. I'm going to get a pair of side cutters, cut this off. Then we're going to kind of weatherproof this. I got some liquid masking tape I want to put on. Then we're just going to put these wires back into this little opening right there. All right, I got my side cutters, and as I said, we will be cutting now this module out here. And I'm going to leave it, I mean, you could cut it shorter, but I'm going to leave it long on purpose. Just in case Boost Auto ever comes out with something else in the future and we need wire there. You never know. And then I've got my liquid masking tape right here. And it is a little bit goopy in the meantime, but it is dries faster now. So we'll give this a little goopy goop. We'll give this a little bit to dry, and then I will be tucking these wires here, this up here, back into this little cavity here, and I'll get back to you when it's time to start putting the bezel back on. We got our wires nicely tucked in now, and now it is time to put our bezel, our front bezel, back on. And first step is going to connect the cargo light. Just simply plug that in. Step 2 will be to get these wires here on top and these wires down here through this hole here. Now note, the amount of wires that you have here all depends on the options you have on your mirror. So again, if you have this tilted all the way to the left, it makes it easier to push together, and you want to start from the right side here, from the outside, and then get it over to the left side. And I want the cables to look like this. Push this nicely together, and then I'll just quickly hold it like that while I grab the screws, and then we'll start gently screwing it back together. If you visit Boost Auto's website, they have links to different guides depending what type of mirrors you have, since their lights are made for their own mirrors, for OEM mirrors, and also for other aftermarket mirrors, which I don't know why you would go with other ones, since quite frankly all other ones are crappy, and these are the only ones that compare to the OEM and also give you a lot better features. So now grab your lower glass, as we are already in the step to reinstalling the glass, and put your wires back the way they were, which in my case, I'm going to quickly rewatch the footage as I already forgot. After our official instant replay review, we have determined black closest to the door. So we shall put it back there. And the colored wire closest to the spotlight. Well, not really a spotlight, cargo light. Okay. Then to put this this mirror back, just technically get it like kind of flat on and push it, and it clicks in, and that is that. And we will now take a short break, a couple days for me, instantaneous for you, and I will get those replacement upper glasses, and I will show you how to get those in, and then we shall look at the finished product. Back after a couple days, I got my new mirror glass here, thanks to Josh and Daniel over at Boost Auto. So we are going to now reconnect the turn signals, and we are going to reconnect the heated mirror portion. There we go. Simple like that. Now, to put this on, you're basically just going to center it and gently push. Put your hand like this over the center and push in, and you hear it gonna snap in place. You can kind of move it, and you see it is in place. And that is how you install the new mirror lights on your vehicle. And we went from the dotted amber to the new amber with startup, which are also turn signal. And you can see it is a really simple process to do. Yes, you might damage the glass in the process if you're unlucky like I was, but Boost Auto sells all the parts individually for these mirrors, so that is awesome. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Links down in the description for these lights here, as well for the new S-Series cab lights up top. They just modernize these trucks, even though, you know, it's a 2018, it's not old, but it really gives it another updated look, and it is awesome. Quality is great. And with that being said, we're gonna switch over to some B-roll of the truck, how it looks out in the wild after it's cleaned up, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks a lot.